Hey everybody, I am on for the midweek message reveal Wednesday, December 6th. Happy December, happy Sagittarius energy to everyone. Happy pending Mercury Retrograde in Capricorn that's happening in a week. We have Venus in Scorpio right now, so if you're feeling the communication sort of twisty unearthing of your feelings around relationships and money and all that stuff that's coming to a head, that might be what you're experiencing there with Venus. We also have Sagittarius season, which is that big macro lens and that aloofness that's kind of like, hey, but we can go and play, right? Let's go find some space to take a journey and to see where this path leads. And at the same time, the environments and the energies that we're in is saying like, I don't know if this is safe, or there's so much going on and the rest of us are just freaking tired. So welcome to the end of the year, beginning of the year, however you want to look at it. That's the energy that we're in. On Tuesday next week, we have a new moon in Sagittarius, and new moons are where we cast our seeds out. And it's asking us this time in Sagittarius energy fashion to take a journey, to see where this path might lead. The ones that we've been kind of dabbling in or thinking about. And maybe back in November and end of October, we were starting to think about some things that we wanted to unearth and some things that we wanted to grow. Some things that we wanted to change, and we're wondering what it would feel like if we were to actually do something like that. And that energy is asking for its self to be kind of planted out there in the possibilities of the future. So you might be feeling those vibes coming up within the next week or so. Okay, so as far as the cards go this week, they're deep. They're deep in a sense of what is it that we're kind of experiencing as a group in a collective sense. A lot of it's happening physically, but a lot of the tumult and the things that feel like they're difficult to handle, that's coming through in an energy that is a collective sense. So you're not just getting it from yourself in your own personal life. It's, you know, from people at the grocery store to things you might see on the news, to the conversations that people are having, and generally dealing with what holiday season, whatever that looks like, whether it looks like it used to when you grew up, or if it's changed, the feelings around that, the memories around that. And we also have a lot of people who are in grieving at this time too. So it can be a really sort of difficult energy to navigate. And that was kind of the vibe that I was trying to put out there with the card. Just like, all right, where are we at and how can we get through this in the best way? What can we learn? You know, like, because it's never a negative. There's always something to learn. Any obstacle that comes up in our path is designed for our highest benefit. There's something we can get out of it that we can take away, as long as we kind of keep the perspective of this is happening for me, not to me, right? All right, so let's jump into the cards. So 1, if you chose 1, your card is Soul Fragments, 33. Wow. So a lot happening in the chest and the throat that's requiring a lot of, the word I'm hearing is restraint. You've been under a lot of restraint lately, 1. Whether it's been, you've been holding on to your tongue maybe a little bit more, like trying to keep yourself maybe in check around feeling too emotional, or maybe you've been working on your anger. There's a lot of like self-worth things that have been happening here with 1 as well. And you're in a space where you're actually seeing how changing your communication, allowing yourself to kind of take a breath in a moment before you speak or react, maybe doing some more active listening has actually really worked. Now, soul fragments have to do with pieces of yourself that have been taken from its original container, okay, the belief of this. And it says balance will be restored. So if you've been feeling a little bit off, you are coming back to yourself through the time that you're giving yourself, the space that you're allowing for the moments where you can have some introspection, where you don't feel like you have to immediately act on something. The ability to look at something that might trigger you or make you feel uncomfortable, or the boundary that you're able to verbalize now is allowing you to come back into a state of balance. And what's so interesting to me is that we have the colors of red and orange having to do with the sacral and the root chakra actually coming from the head, so from the crown. Intuitively, your body is providing you with more security because you're feeling that security also in the mind. So getting more into physical self, allowing yourself to kind of take that time to connect to the body and be in the present moment is providing a sense of balance and calm and almost a pride of accomplishment, to stay in the moment and not spiral outward. So the work that you've been doing, one, is really great. 33 is a fantastic number. I connect it with Christ consciousness energy as well as Ascended Masters. 3 + 3 is a 6, and that has to do with balance. So you are in a space where you are moving back into that balance. So when you're considering what's going to be happening here in the new year and what seeds you want to plant moving forward, you're going to want to consider maybe a journey that feels good in the body and that makes you feel a sense of peace throughout. And you've learned a lot about yourself. So you also can take risks and know that you've got you. And that's a really great place to be. All right, 2. If your card is 2, group 2, your card is Guardians. Look at this beautiful wolf. So along with the moon, you might be feeling a lot actually happening with the transits that and the solar weather that have been happening of late, the last couple weeks, even the last couple days, where you might be feeling some difficulty in getting your energy back. You might be feeling fatigue. You might be having some difficulty sleeping or feeling like wired, like you're backwards, tired during the day, kind of really up at night. And that is just a recalibration that's happening. And it's a connection back to your ability to manifest things for yourself. 9 + 1 is 10, which is a 1, which has to do with I am, the connection to source, and your master manifestation number. All right, so guard your energy. Just know that what's going on with you too is also similar to 1 where you're getting back into a level of recalibration with the self through your own ability to state your boundaries and allow yourself some rest on your end. I know that this is something in the last couple weeks has been coming up a lot, but we don't let ourselves rest, or you make yourself feel like shit about it, right? So where can you take some time to allow yourself to be the lone wolf? And I know that it seems as if, you know, guard your energy, someone's out to get you. No, none of that. I don't get any of that from this. The energy behind it is more a being able to speak your truth and being able to say what it is that you want and speak your desires out into the ethers and allow yourself to reap those benefits because you are worth it. And I'm getting a lot of that from the yellow color here of solar plexus connecting to this moon that is above this beautiful light languagey looking sort of wolf guy. Okay. But you also might have been kind of charged to speak up for yourself or been put into a situation that's going to ask you to advocate for yourself, and you are at a place where you're able to do that. So that sort of constricted feeling that you might have been experiencing, whether it's you know, some congestion in the throat or maybe, you know, some hoarseness or some weakness in the voice, I'd be interested to know if that has relieved for you. All right, 3. If you chose 3, your card is this wild card. Get big dragon energy here, and this is an 8. Channel your knowledge. Okay, Kurt Cobain vibes. Automatic writing is something that would be very beneficial for those of you, and some of you are more into journaling. If it's something you haven't done for a while and it's something you're interested in trying, sit down and do it. All you need to do in order to access the intuition that you are receiving. You're receiving a lot of information. You're asking a lot of questions. There's been a uptick of your internal dialogue. So communication is big through all 3 cards for all 3 groups. And for those of you that picked several or picked multiple cards, I feel like this hits across the board that yes, you are being communicated with, and you are also seeking communication from something of your own inner guidance, your higher self, or even your guides. And at this time, wanting to connect to loved ones in spirit and wanting to connect maybe back to an ancestral path or ancestor, you know, it's always possible. It's never anything that you can't do. And they're always just literally right here. They're just on a different channel. So at this time, if you're wanting to send messages back and forth, get some information from your higher self, or even just work some things out, doing this through the physical act of writing and putting pen to paper, or even being able to bring it out into language. There's a process that we go through our brains in order to make that happen, to come out of your mouth, the thought to become into things, even more so when it goes through the mind, comes through the hand, and is written out and then read by the eyes. So you're kind of hammering down some information that you've been wanting to know, some things you've been wanting to say, and receiving the comfort and the clarification, the validation that you've been looking for, but it's from the self. So what you want to do is just take a pen and paper, sit down quietly, maybe give yourself some breath work or do a short meditation. I do have one on my website that's for free download if you'd like to use that. Get yourself into a nice chill space and close your eyes and let your pen just go on the paper. If you feel more comfortable with a laptop or something like that and you want to type, same deal. Just see what comes out. You can also ask yourself questions. You can ask a general question, just like we do here with the cards. What is it that I need to know right now? Okay, what is it that I need to know right now? Close your eyes and just let it rip. And see what comes from it. If you're wanting to maybe dig a little bit deeper, see how you're feeling, and maybe every other day start writing down some affirmations, or maybe writing down something that you're wanting to work on, or even just stating some gratitude for some of the things that you have, and to kind of ground you into the present. And it's a wonderful way to connect with yourself. So through this energy, and also this is an 8, 8's having to do with great abundance. This is going to lead you to a path that will be opened, in a sense that more ideas that are going to sync up to other opportunities that you haven't been able to see. How does the path get clear, right? As Sagittarius wants us to go take a walk and journey. You're going to have more opportunities for different paths now if you can get the information from yourself about what it is that you desire, because following your highest excitement is what's going to lead you to the path of greatest abundance. And abundance isn't just money. It's time, energy, freedom to do what it is you want when you want to do it. You know, relationships and friendships with other people, all the great stuff. All right. So those are the messages this week. Would love to hear how it lands for you. So please leave me some feedback below. Check me out on my website for private readings and sessions. Would love to work with you, and we can dig real deep into this together, and would love that opportunity. So thank you everybody for sharing and liking and for hanging out. Would love to hear how everything is going with you. So please hit me up. All right. Check you later. Peace.